the project browser, let's scroll down to one ceiling neck under ceiling plans. Right click, duplicate view, and let's just duplicate it. Right click on copy of one ceiling neck and rename it. Remove the copy of, let's call it ceiling sprinkler. Let's click OK. Make sure you're double-clicked on one ceiling sprinkler. In the properties, let's scroll down to discipline. We'll keep it at mechanical. The subdiscipline, let's hit the drop down. We don't have sprinkler. It's okay. Just simply swipe over HVAC and type in the word sprinkler. Click apply. Now I can scroll down. We have our own category called sprinkler, ceiling plans, one ceiling sprinkler. Let's look at our visibility graphics. Type VG. Let's turn off air terminals. Let's scroll down. Turn off anything that has to do with ducts. Flex ducts will turn off. Let's turn off mechanical equipment. We'll keep all of our piping on. We can turn off plumbing fixtures. Make sure sprinklers are definitely on. And the rest should be fine. Apply. Click OK. So anytime we need a new view, it's important that we do it right in this fashion. Make sure the rest of your company knows how to do this as well. To get started, in the project browser, let's go to sprinkler, ceiling plans, one ceiling sprinkler. Let's zoom in on this area right here. On the Systems tab, click the sprinkler button. For the properties, let's hit the drop down. Let's scroll down to sprinkler pendant hosted. Let's go 3/4 pendant. Notice that Revit won't let you put it in your ceiling. This is because on the placement panel, we have to select place on face. The first sprinkler I'm going to put in, I'm going to locate it right where it would never be, and we'll move it. Once it's in, hit escape a couple times. Select your sprinkler head. Click the move button. Move to the right 2 feet. Now move down 1 foot. Hit escape a couple times. Before we copy the sprinkler head around, let's cut a section and make sure it's in the right spot. On the Quick Access toolbar, click the Section button. Let's pick a point right here, and then pick a point right here. Hit escape a couple times. Double-click on your section bubble. Zoom into the level 1 ceiling, and verify that it's in the right spot. Click the X up here to close. Now we can begin copying the sprinkler head around. Select the sprinkler head, click the copy button, or as you can see, in parentheses, you could type CO. I'm going to pick this grid intersection, and I'm going to click on the multiple button. I'm going to copy it to here, and to here. I'm going to turn off my constrain. I'm going to copy it to here, and then to here. I'm going to hit escape a couple times. Let's take a look at how the sprinkler head is displayed. Let's zoom in on the first one we placed and select it. In the properties, let's scroll down till we find graphics. We see symbol, generic. Click the drop down where it says sprinkler pendant. Notice that we can add other symbols to it. We'll keep it on symbol pendant with guard for now. Hit escape a couple times. Zoom out so we can see the entire area. That was pretty painless. So to get started, let's make sure we're in our sprinkler plan, ceiling plans, one ceiling sprinkler. Let's zoom in on this area here where we already have some sprinkler heads. On the Systems tab, let's click the Pipe button. In the Properties, let's click the Edit Type button. And for the chilled water type, let's click Duplicate. Let's simply call it Sprinkler. Let's click OK. Under Routing Preferences, click the Edit button in the Value column. In the Routing Preferences dialog, click Load Family. Scroll down to Pipe. Go to Fittings. Go to Malleable Iron. Class 150. Threaded. on your keyboard, hit Control A. This selects every fitting we have. Click Open. Wait for the fittings to load, then we can get on our way. For the pipe segment, instead of copper, let's go with iron ductile class 150. For the elbows, click the drop down. Let's go elbow threaded MI class 150. Do it for both. Our preferred junction type is going to be a T. For our junction, let's go T threaded MI class 150. Repeat. For our crosses, threaded, threaded. For our transitions, let's go concentric reducing threaded. Let's do the same thing. For our unions, we'll go coupling threaded. And for our caps, we'll keep it the same for now. Hit OK. And hit OK. What I like to do now is just draw some dummy pipes in. We'll keep the diameter at 3. Let's give it an offset of 9 feet. I'm going to pick a point here to draw my pipe. Pick a point here. I'm going to pick a point here. And I'm going to hit escape a couple times. Let's change our detail level to fine. Let's make sure that our thin lines are turned on. Let's inventory pipe type. Let's just make sure the fitting's the way we want it. It looks pretty good to me. So I'm going to delete this pipe by selecting it, holding down my control key, selecting all 3, and clicking delete. Zoom all the way out, and I think we've got it. So to get started, let's go to the plumbing, floor plans, 1 plumbing. Let's right click on it. Let's duplicate view, and let's just simply duplicate it. Let's right click on copy of 1 plumbing, and let's rename it. We'll call it 1 sprinkler. Let's hit OK. Let's type in VG for visibility graphics. Let's scroll down and make sure sprinklers are actually turned on. Let's hit apply. Let's hit OK. The next thing I'd like to do is set my view range. Because of the fact that we're going to be drawing a sprinkler line down about 1 foot, it'd be nice to be able to see it. So in our properties, let's scroll down till we find view range and click the edit button. Since we're on the first floor, for the bottom, let's go unlimited. For the view depth level, let's also go unlimited. Hit apply, and then hit OK. Now, let's zoom in on the mechanical room. One thing I'd like to do is hide some items in the model. Because of the fact that we don't have layers, there's a trick in Revit to hide just certain objects. The first part is being able to select them. There's 2 different selection methods available in Revit. One is called a box, and the other is called a crossing window. If we pick from the left to the right, this is considered a box, which means that every item that's 100% inside of the box will become selected. If we pick a crossing window, that means that all we have to do is hover over stuff. The second we touch it, it becomes selected. In this case, we want to pick from the left to the right, up and about this area. Swipe over all these objects, and then let go of the pick button. You notice all the items I turned blue. Go ahead and right-click on your mouse. Hide in view. Elements. Perfect. They're out of our way. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Let's go ahead and draw some pipe. Go ahead and pick your pipe button. Make sure we have sprinkler set for pipe types. Let's set the diameter to 12 inches. Let's set the offset to -1 foot. I'm going to draw a pipe in right at about this area. Pick a point right about here. Outside of -1 foot, I'm going to give it a 2-foot offset. I'm going to keep going in this direction. I'm going to pick a point about 3'6" away from it. I'm going to hit escape. Zoom in on it. Of course, our detail level is set to medium, so we only see it graphically. If we set our detail level to fine, obviously we'll see the pipe in its entirety. It comes into the building, it comes up, it gives us our yin-yang symbol, and it keeps going straight. Let's set our detail level back to medium. Select this pipe, right-click on this grip, And let's draw a pipe. Let's reduce the diameter now to 8 inches. I'm going to draw it over to about here. Notice that I put the reducer in there for us. Now, instead of a 2-foot offset, let's give it a 9-foot offset. I'm going to draw it all the way down to the middle of this hallway. I'm going to come up into this area. I'm going to pick a point here. I'm going to come into this room. Now at this point, I'm going to reduce it again to 4 inches. I'm going to come past these pipes and pick an end point and then hit escape. Heading down, now we can see how our pipe is coming in. Okay, let's zoom out a little bit. I think we're good for now with our mains. So at this point, you should be looking for other manufacturers' equipment. Valves, backflow preventers, gates, and other equipment. To get started, let's go to sprinkler, floor plans, one sprinkler. Let's zoom in on the area where we have some sprinkler heads in already. Let's go ahead and select our main. Let's click on Edit Type. For the routing preferences, let's click on Edit. Let's make sure that all of our Sched 40 pipe will allow for a 1/2 inch. Type in a 1/2 inch here, and come down and type in 1/2 inch at each location. Hit OK. Hit Apply, then hit OK. Let's zoom in on this pipe, right-click, and then create similar. Let's pick a point on this pipe right about here and draw it straight up. If you want, you can select the pipe and hit your arrow to the right, and you can nudge it anywhere you want it to go. Hit escape a couple times. Select the pipe itself, change the diameter to 1.5 inches. Notice that it reduces itself, makes it 1.5 inches. Select the T and click on the little plus next to it here. Select it again, right click, and let's draw a pipe. This time we'll change the diameter to 1.5 inches before we place the other end. Click a point right here, and it reduces it. Now the next trick is to come up and over, down back into the main. We're going to have to come way up to clear the fittings. Then we'll cut a section to see how it looks. But what we have to do is we have to edit the view range. So let's scroll down to View Range and click on Edit. For the top, let's offset that 15 feet and hit Apply. And then hit OK. Select your sprinkler. And let's right-click right on this grip. Let's draw a pipe. Revit knows that that's going to be a 3/4 inch pipe. But for the offset, let's make it 12 feet. Let's go straight into this pipe and drop it in and hit escape a couple times. Before we do the rest of them, let's cut a section through this area to see how it looks. Let's open the section up. Let's change the scale from 1/8 to 1.5 inches. Let's set the detail level to fine. Let's set the visual style to realistic. I don't know if we need that much clearance. Go ahead and select your pipe, and instead of 12 feet, let's go to 10 feet. I think that would be enough. Zoom back in on it. Looks pretty good. Let's close out of here and come down to the next pipe. Select your sprinkler head, right-click, draw a pipe. Let's offset that 11 feet just to make sure. Repeat the procedure for the bottom one. Make sure your offset is set for 11 feet. Let's escape a couple times. Zoom out. Let's repeat the procedure for these last ones. I'm going to select my pipe and drag it out a little bit. I'm going to right-click, create similar. I'm going to pick a point right here. I'm going to draw it up. I'm going to select my pipe, change it to 1.5 inches. Select my fitting, add a flange, select my flange, right-click, draw a pipe, This time I'm going to change my diameter to 1.5 inches. And I draw it down to here. I'm going to hit escape. Select my sprinkler head. Right click. Draw a pipe. It knows it needs to be 3/4 inch. I'm happy with 11 feet. Notice that I accidentally missed it. I'm just going to select my pipe and drag it in, and it will pick it up. Repeat the procedure. Select, right click, draw pipe, terminate. As I may have mentioned before, not every ceiling will be this low. Just like we did, I like to over-exaggerate the room that I need and go back and cut a section, making sure I'm fitting in my allotted space.